good, everybody? It's Coach Phil, and welcome to another episode of Deep in the Game, the first sit-down episode that we have. And we've got Melvin himself, as I like to call him. It's Jody and Melvin here, baby. Guns and butter. We got my man from the edmontonelks, Nyles Morgan. Nyles, how you doing, brother?
Doing good, man.
Good. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to do this, man. So, how you feeling, brother? You getting ready for the season and everything? What you been up to, man?
Man, I've been just training and coaching just all day, every day. Get up pretty early, work out, train, and then I usually have like my football boys around like midday-ish to afternoon. And then man, I'm just excited. Like last week they just put they had this giant concert up here. Just put the stadium back, and so I'm just like everything is kind of amping me back up, I guess, for the season. Surely, man, I am super excited.
I'm glad, man. It's good to hear that you're excited, man. A lot of guys be dreading going into training camp and everything like that.
That's weird to me. I'm sorry. Like, I shouldn't be here. I'm like, if you dread it, it's time to really give it up. In my mind, I'm like, babe, I get a chance to practice. I get a chance to practice my craft before it's go time for the season.
You talked about coaching young kids, man. How'd you get into that, man? And what are you teaching the kids these days, man?
I guess I started back in Chicago. It was during the COVID period. You know, no one, like, guys didn't have nowhere to work out, and I'm like, well, I got field, I got space, so I was just be on the field, and then like some of my little homies would just come out, and then they just started bringing their friends, and then they all started asking for instruction. I'm like, let's do it. And I was doing it for free. I'm like, you know what, I should charge people. And then came up here. I had a chance to get out into the community, and I just saw kind of like a need. I think I was like, I can see myself implementing the things that I know out here to guys that just don't know, right? And I'm very glad that I had that idea and that I brought it into this world. Yeah. Like, the parents really love it, man. The kids love it. Like, I love seeing them get better. Like, they'll come by and like I watch them just like throughout like their seasons. Or I'll go to a game, right, and they're balling. Like, they're balling. I'm like, oh my God, I'm super excited. But yeah, that's how it started. And then what was your second question?
How do you mesh together the Canadian style with things you learned, obviously, from the States? You put them two together. Let's go with that one.
Okay. Well, I think for the most part, the way that I break down just the game of football, it's speed, it's quickness, explosion, right, and body control. Like, how well can you bend, right? How well can you get low to the ground and still move forward? How well can you stop, right? Mechanical things of, you know, that I had to work on myself to make myself who I was, you know. Like, I play all sports growing up, so I had I was athletic, but to detail it though, you know, like to put it all into I guess functional work for kids, right? So I come up here, like, guys can't do A skips, B skips, C skips. You know, like, I'm working through high knees. I'm like, get your knees up. I'm like, why am I? So, you know, just teaching them, you know, like how to place their foot, how to balance, how to bend, how to catch, how to have hand-eye coordination. I think all of that is like super important. And I just put it all into one program and shipped it on out for. The program is 4 months this year. Yeah. It's nice, man.
That's good, man. I'm glad to hear that, man. We'll give him a shout out. You want to give him a quick shout out, man?
Oh, shout out to Destin Athletics. Shout out to all the boys who come out. And I'm so excited for next year too. Like, we had a great 4 months of running. I just threw a flag football tournament too with MH Care Medical and the Mustard Seed Foundation. That was great. That was awesome. Guys coming out and just getting the message too of like being an athlete and giving them more than just, you know, just playing football, giving them a message to play, right? Because do it for, you know, to be in this position. I know I said it then, I was like, the highest, I think, regard you can be is to be an athlete and then to give back. Like, people come out here and, you know, support you. Right. I think it's very important that you support the community that is coming out and supporting you.
It's almost like what Isaiah Tarver said. He's from Chicago, obviously from Chicago as well. He said, our job as athletes is to be pillars and stewards to the community. Yeah, you're going to be great as an athlete. You have a career, but what are you doing to give back? And, you know, sometimes...
definitely.
You know how sometimes our communities, Why am I gonna give back?
No, yeah, I mean, because like I didn't have necessarily that mindset, but like that's what I said. You know, the highest level is giving back.
Right.
And once you get to the top, you look down, you realize, you know, these are all the same kids that are having the same thoughts and dreams that you have. And so then you think, you know, with being a pro athlete, you look at how much of an impact you really make on people.
Yes.
And so you got to think, you know, what is that, or who are you as a person? Right. It's more than just going out here playing football, coming back. You know, you are somebody's idol.
But don't you think that sometimes as an athlete, see, now we having a real conversation.
I like
that.
We didn't hopped into it.
No, but this is what it's about, man. We can talk 100%. About. We're gonna get into your story and all that. But do you feel like it's more of as an athlete, it can be hollow at times? You're looked at it, put up on this pedestal as, hey, I'm this, I'm that. I'm almost like a gladiator.
Yeah.
But once you leave the field, is it a hollow feeling, and giving back fills that void, or is there other things? More of a positive thing.
So I definitely feel like a gladiator when I step on this field. Like I'm not human, or I'm in a different mindset. And I love that. And then I've grown to love, or I pretty much kind of always have, though, just the interactions outside of it. Like kind of like how people can have a certain perception about you, you know, from what they see on the field. Right. And then I learned to grow that perception, you know, off the field, you know, bring more light to, you know, it actually made me think more about my character, kind of being in the positions that I've been in, because I sit and think, you know, like, what will my mama say to me if I'm out here acting like an a-hole to these people ever? And I'm just like, and so it just brings more of me from myself just back to, like, you know, I think about how people raise me, you know, who I am as a person. You know, it gets to that deeper level, because I feel like as a professional athlete, you shouldn't have that hollowness in you. You should find something to fulfill that, because you're in a very blessed position. Like, what is it? Less than 2% pro athletes?
0.239.
Is that including the XFL?
Everything.
And the USFL?
Yes, 0.239.
What about over there in Europe?
0.239. It's all professional.
And I can't take that for granted. Like, you can't even put that until, like, you can't even think of what that even looks like. Right. Unless you do it. And I'm doing it, and so I'm like, okay, this is how it looks. Like, you know, I want to be the best person I can be. I don't see why not. I don't see why God favored me to do all these things, if not to be the best. Like, from inside out, you know?
See, you can't, if the ones that are chosen to do great things, you can't question it. Why? That's the hardest thing about it, man. You look at all these great athletes that within the CFL, man. I don't care where you are. If you're a practice squad, you just a guy, a numbers guy, whatever, you are the chosen ones, man. So take advantage 100%. Of all that. Take advantage of that, man.
I fully embody that. You know, I see a lot of guys come and go. Oh yeah. I try to help them all if I can. I don't care if you play linebacker. I don't care if you play Mike, Will, because like in my mind, like I'm just I feel like I'm a true competitor. Like, you gonna beat me, you gonna beat me.
have you gotten got before though?
Yeah, that's the game.
Exactly. Some guys deny. Some guys like, I ain't never been got.
I'm gonna give mine more. Listen, Marshawn Lynch told me that to my face, bro. When I was like 18, I was at the Nike opening camp. Ooh. I'm asking Marshawn Lynch, I'm like, yo, listen, like, I gotta know, like, how do you do what you do? Because you run through people. Like, that's different. Like, you're not avoiding necessarily. And you don't always, you know, hit them with your helmet, but like still, you making contact and getting upfield. Right. And guys are hitting you. I'm like, okay, if I can bring that to my game at linebacker, I'm like, so I'll be unstoppable almost. And he said, first he said that. Yeah. He said, you're gonna get got. Yeah. You gotta get up and get yours more. And then he told me like it was really pretty much all willpower. Like he just wanted to do it, right? And he took what he wanted to do and he figured out a way to put that into reality, right? And he made his game from there. Like, everything he is, I was like, I can use that. I take that, use that.
You better take some of the isms he's dropping for you, man. So we're going to go ahead, man. You ready to get deep in the game, brother, and tell your story?
Let's do it.
All right. So now it's Morgan, man. Now, we talked before we started recording, man. They say you born in Chi-Town, man, Chicago, Illinois, August 16th, 1996. But actually, where were you born?
I was born in Gary, Indiana.
Home of Michael Jackson.
No, yeah, literally, like his house was up the street from my house. Like,
really?
He died. It was crazy.
I can imagine.
Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace, buddy.
But yeah, so I had 2 households growing up. My mom lived in Gary, so I was over there first, right? And then I moved over to my dad's when I was about, I don't know, maybe 6, 7. About when I needed to start getting more instruction, you know, as a young male.
Right.
And my dad is, he grew up in, we were in the south suburbs of Chicago.
Yeah.
And then it was always between the south suburbs and the south side, east side. We always had family up there, friends, and just always had business in Chicago. I loved it. I loved going up there. Loved seeing people doing things, being in the city. And then I guess when I got back from Notre Dame, I had to train. Like I said, I had to train. I had to work out. I had to eat right. Had to be right. Had to move back to Chicago. All the resources were right there. It was just too far going from the south suburbs. Like I said, before I moved, because I've had a trainer since about my sophomore, junior year, and I would be scavenging for rides, trying to get up there. And so I was going from the south suburbs to the north suburbs. And it was hour 45 drive, no traffic, 4 hours. Getting home, 4 hours. And this was every day. And so I had to move to the city, right? And just to minimize that, but even then, it was still always a hustle. But you love what you do, man.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that at all, man.
I was sitting there thinking back, damn, that was crazy. I was sitting thinking, my mama really was like, son, you okay? You always keep going up to go train. I'm like, this is who I am, I guess. I kind of knew then. Yeah.
I mean, you kind of already knew your path, what you wanted to do, man. Now, who were some of your early inspirations when it came to football or just life in general, man, finding that love for the game?
Yeah. I say my first inspiration for the game just was my pops. I would see old pictures of him in football jerseys, and he looked yoked. My dad, played ball.
Chucky Williams out there.
No, he was he was benching I never forget when he told me he benched 355, 360.
Shit.
My dad didn't have he wasn't as big as me. He was 225, 230. I'm 245. I was he strong. He squatting 500. I'm and so I'm a little kid. I'm you doing it. I'm gonna get here one day for sure. Yeah. That kind of always pushed me. And I'll never forget when I was at my dad's friend's honeymoon, something. I was a little kid. One of his friends told me how he hit a kid and knocked him out. I was like in football? I couldn't believe it. That was my first time kind of hearing something crazy like that. I think that did it, and then I started to look more into linebackers. I love linebackers and running backs. I used to watch who were the great running backs that I love? Adrian Peterson, of course, Marshawn Lynch. Who else would I say were the greats? And I met AP, man, in Houston. It was great. It was crazy.
Is he as big as he really? He really that
not
big?
As I met him when he was retired though. He wasn't
AP.
Yeah, AP was yo. You can tell that from TV. He was yo, man. Who else? I used to watch, of course, Ray Lewis, Patrick Willis, Luke Kuechly, all the great linebackers coming through. I was studying them intensely. My favorite was Patrick Willis. And Navarro Bowman.
Oh,
yeah, they were nasty.
Come on. That
5'2", 5'3", San Fran, it was nasty.
Come on, at the front, man. And let them roam and let them do what they need to do,
They
man.
do.
Who was the other LB? It was Navarro Bowman. It was
another one.
Navarro Bowman, Patrick Willis. Because he had Alden Smith, too.
Yeah, Alden Smith was there.
There you go. There was one more dude. I can't remember his name or something.
But he was Alden Smith was different.
I tell people all the time, man. If everything would have just worked out for him, man, he would have been the greatest. Just off of that season he had. All pro, come on, man. But
I remember that year.
We all do.
Man.
Oh my God. So for you, I do see the Patrick Willis comparison.
And that's who I saw myself as a kid, because when I was little, I wasn't this big.
Right.
And so back then, linebackers was 250, 260.
Solid.
Brian Urlacher.
Yeah.
Lance Briggs, and I love them too, but I was shoot, I ain't that big, but I had it in me, I knew it. I don't know, it was crazy. And so then I looked at Patrick Willis and how he played the game. I'm okay, he's about 240, a little bit smaller, more leaner, and I think he was more of the first athletic type bodies that I saw kind of playing linebacker. And no offense to Ray Lewis at all, or even Lance Briggs or Urlacher. P. Willis, in my mind, was different. Like, he was different. He had speed, playing coverage, he played down the field. I watched it. Cover 2.
Bobby Wagner did the same thing.
Of course.
But
of course.
Yeah,
of
but the
course.
pair,
of
very
course.
similar.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Now,
Like, yeah.
Well, see, I was thinking you're talking about more old age. New age, of course, Bobby Wagner.
Because his career did end like
Fred Warner, of course. Roquan do a great job.
Yeah, Khalil was close too. Khalil was close, but he's just something about when he got to that after that first season in Chicago just wasn't the same.
Shoot, man, it's like for his position to do what he does though, because like he's on one side of the field,
right,
still making plays. I gotta respect it.
You got to.
I gotta respect it. Shoot, Jalen Smith, hey, he taught me. So Jalen Smith is like how I kind of started to really actually mold the game. Everyone else was someone that I kind of had to look at. I studied Jalen. I was with him. He was a year older than me. He was big brother. I was like, and so like, it wasn't even subconscious. I was constantly trying to figure out everything he did as a pro, he was a pro in college. I'm serious. Like, he was a perfect model example of everything you need to be doing to get to where you want to go. I promise.
He set the standard and set the bar.
100,000% set the standard on the bar. I promise you. Like, a lot of my character come from him too, as being like a human being person. Truly.
That's beautiful, bro. That's beautiful, man. You attended Creed Mohi High School.
Wait, what?
Creed.
What?
Creed.
There
you go.
Moni.
Shut up.
It's okay. Everybody butchered that one. Everybody butchered it.
Well, dang, if they gave it,
they be like, you go to Crate Monet. I be like, is it really? Does it sound that way?
Goddamn, he went to Apollo Creed Monet High School in Creed, Illinois. All right.
He just took all the suburbs and put them together. Creed, Monet, and everything from there together.
That's like some LA shit.
Really?
Yeah. And in 2 seasons, you accumulated 222 tackles, and you were first team All-American honors. How the hell you pull that off? 222 damn tackles in just your whole career in high school. How did you pull that off?
It was more than that.
No, I did the math.
No, you sure?
I did the math.
That's from my junior year. I had 150 tackles. I'm not lying.
On record? Is it on record?
I'm pretty sure it's on record.
Is it a record though?
I hope so. It better be up there. I'm for real. It better be up there.
It better be up there?
Man, I will go back to Creed. Like, listen, I know y'all don't know me. I was putting in work here. Putting in work, man.
We'll add that extra, so about almost 400, 500 tackles altogether.
No, it was fun.
It was fun?
Yeah, it was fun, man.
What was the comp like?
I would say that the comp was like, what's your rating system? How would you rate competition? Like 1 to 10?
I'd say about
ABCD.
ABCD is cool with me.
I give it a good solid B. Like, when I got to like the next level, like, it wasn't necessarily too many cats who was just kind of like on a different level, even teams that were just on like a different level.
Right.
But like, I say that because we had the number 1 player in the country on our team, Daquan Treadwell. Like, and he was another cat that like I kind of grasped some I guess character from.
Right.
Like, he was a super competitor. Like, he's the only person we did Oklahoma drills, and I can say this, I feel like I didn't hit enough people hard enough nowadays.
Right.
Oklahoma, he was the only person that ever beat me. Ever beat me consistent. I promise you. I would go against him every time and try to win. He kind of drove the edge for myself.
Right.
He played receiver, but like, he was fastest, he was strongest. And I was like, well, if I play linebacker, I gotta be at least strong than you. At least. So that kind of pushed my edge too. But sorry, we got off track.
No, you good, brother. You good,
off topic again.
It's your story, brother. Tell it like it is, man. So, after your high school career, man, you had your recruiting process. What was that like for you? Because you mentioned about you had everybody coming knocking on your door, man.
It was crazy, man. It really was. Like, I remember I had a problem with my my science teacher. My chemistry teacher used to get mad at me because I would miss class because the coaches would come in at like a certain period, and so then they would all kind of come in at one time, and I missed the whole period. It'd be 2-3 coaches there at a time. I had 40 Division I offers. It was bananas, man. Like, my mailbox is crazy.
Just keep it the letters, just
kept everything.
Smart.
I kept everything. I remember Notre Dame sent me like 500 pieces of mail at one time. My mailbox, it was just sitting on the floor. I was like,
that's a shoot right there,
no,
yo.
yeah, like literally, it was like one of the college, like well, high school to college shoots and everything.
Yeah.
It was a great time experience, man. Truly.
You chose Notre Dame out of
Yep.
all the schools. Why?
Why? Let's see. What were my biggest reasons? Biggest reason first for me was I really wanted my family to be there at the games. Like I think that really kind of played a hard part in it. Like it was, in my mind, it should have been small, but it was bigger than that. And I had to own up to that. I wanted them to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted my mom, dad, grandmother, all people to see me work as hard. And it was just such a bonus of it being such a like prestigious school.
Correct.
Like it was just like my parents are like, duh, what do you mean? Stay here, be smarter than ever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and so I had Michigan State in mind, Ohio State, Florida. I loved Ole Miss. I had 2 teammates previously go to Ole Miss, and they were on me hard. They were like, you'll be the third. You'll be the trifecta. We'll make it happen. And I was buying into it, man. I love being down there too. It's fun going down to the SEC and seeing how much different it is though compared to like ball in Chicago. It was like don't get me wrong, it was still like packed stands, but they had stadiums like this in Texas. So I'm thinking, okay, you go to SEC, it was like the same mindset for the fans there.
Right.
Like when I remember going out to see like Florida State live. Woo!
That's a route.
It was nuts. It was nuts, man. And so as I got around, I was thinking maybe I might go to one of these other schools. And then I remember going to the USC versus Notre Dame home game at Notre Dame. Ballistic. It was ballistic. Like we won in the most craziest fashion. It was like a defensive player, I think, knocked the ball away. And it was timeout, and it was close to the end zone. It was crazy. All the fans went nuts. Night game, and then just the process of that too. Like for like our bigger games that we played trophies for.
Yeah.
Fans would be there. Like games on Saturday, fans would be there Thursday.
All right now.
Packed out.
All right now.
Sitting around, looking around the other campus. I'm like, it's nuts, man.
Right.
Truly.
That's a beautiful thing, man. So, first of all, can you tell people where exactly is Notre Dame? Because a lot for the average person, we hear about about Notre Dame. We don't. Where the hell is it?
South Bend, Indiana. I think they're now Notre Dame, Indiana. I think they made like the province or like not province. I've been here.
You've been here for a while.
They made like the zip code switch or whatever, but it's only 2 hours from Chicago.
Really?
Yeah. Easy drive. I'll go back home Thanksgiving, or they'll come up, bring food. It was lovely. My roommates loved my people cooking. They was like, you tell your grandma to come back, I'll buy a ticket next time. I was like, bet.
Take care of me, I'll take care of you. We good, fam?
Yeah.
So, your head coach, we hear a lot about him, man. You played under Brian Kelly, correct?
Correct.
He's a madman to me.
What?
I think the way the media portrays him, man, he's just angry, mad coach. I had your boy Ches on. He told me about playing for Will Muschamp.
Yeah, he was almost my coach too. Yeah, Florida.
You would have teed up on him. Anyway, the devil is a lie. What was it like playing for Coach Kelly?
I would say that I'm not sure about. Well, I would say like I get what you mean. He gets frustrated.
He was intense.
Every coach should be intense. I feel like.
Yeah, but I it's like the media portrays it as you haven't done enough to do like what Nick Saban does, what Kirby Smart does, all these other coaches that are the high prestige. The shit he did when he went to LSU, and that was kind of funky to people. And I thought he was going to stay at Notre Dame for a long time because he knew his shit. But what was it like playing for him?
I like playing for him. I thought that Coach Kelly, he showed up every day. Like there wasn't a thought ever in my mind that he wasn't trying to win. Like, and I just said thank you, to like you said, like the Nick Sabans, all the other coaches out there. I think you got to have that chip on your shoulder. You are a head coach of a major program. If you don't have the biggest chip, who does?
Shit.
Who does? I respect it too.
Hey,
I gotta respect it. You gotta respect it.
I'll fight with you.
Got to. And I won't ever name any other head coaches or what they've done, but I've seen coaches where like they didn't have that type of gusto to them, and it affected the team negatively.
Really, like it would. Yeah,
I've seen it.
I've seen it too, but it's you either are used to it or you aren't. You've never experienced it. A lot of people that buck at it, they're not used to it. They're used to being, oh, it's okay. You made a turnover. It's okay. It'll be all right.
No, it's okay. Like, get it done.
Yeah.
He treats you like a grown man.
So matter of fact.
And I can't not respect someone treating me like a grown man.
Correct.
As grown man.
Yeah. See, we're gonna go down the stats real quick right here. In 50 games, let me make sure I got it correct. I know you're gonna be upset or try to spear me if I don't have it right. 50 games, 116 unassisted tackles, 134 assisted tackles, 250 total tackles.
CFL?
No, this is at Notre Dame.
Okay, Notre Dame.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
Hold on. Let me go back. Say it again. Let me make sure.
All right, let me.
Even though, but it's like, they don't always get it right.
Yeah. All right.
Fighting for tackles every year.
All right, I'm going to look right at the camera and say it. All right. 50 games, 116 unassisted tackles, 134 assisted tackles. I did the math.
No, yeah.
250 total tackles. That's pretty good, man.
Pretty good.
That's pretty nice, man. From a sideline to sideline perspective, man. I like that. So.
I want that 300, man.
You almost there.
It's just my mind always wants more.
Yeah.
It like plays tricks on me.
Dude,
it's like, you ain't doing enough. Do more. Come on, I heard that. Do more.
Well.
Like last year, the goal was 10 tackles a game. If I didn't get it, I was really upset. I wouldn't say nothing, but I'd be just kind of mad at myself.
You get a mood.
Yeah, I'd be in the mood.
Sitting there listening to Drake.
If I don't, I gotta have like 2 sacks. I gotta have something else add up for me not getting to like them.
Okay, so you try to fire and make a balance. Like, all right, well, I don't get to 10, but I got the 2 sacks.
And that's after the game. In the game, it's every play.
Well, shit, when you had AC and Jake and all them dudes on the line, man, shit, I'm surprised you didn't have at least about 9 sacks.
Man, I started getting my groove towards like mid-season. I think coaches saw something. They were like, yep, keep doing it. Keep pressing the button with them. We couldn't always, I got to do different things versus different teams,
You got to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, you got to mix it up a little bit.
So for you going to the pros, man, this is I'm going to say these the teams you played for, and then we'll get to Edmonton, and then we'll hit the field, man. What was it like playing for Chicago Bears?
Lovely, man. Hometown team. Truly. Yeah.
There you go. Tennessee Titans.
Same. I'm playing in the NFL.
You're just happy.
Happy with it.
Now, Arizona Hot Shots.
Yeah, that was like, I think I broke ground on that one. But even then, though, it was lit, man.
Oh yeah.
Like the guys we playing for, like, so they rented out the ASU Stadium. Mm-hmm. So, for guys that don't know, ASU Stadium is like, it's in Tempe. It's like on the side of a mountain. Yeah,
I'm sorry?
Crazy. Yeah, it's on the side of a mountain. It's like this stadium.
Yeah.
See a mountain right here on top, blocking the sun. It was crazy.
I don't want to be around that shit.
No, it was lit. I'm telling you.
This is ASU. Like, Arizona. I didn't know there were fucking mountains in Arizona. Shit, you learn something every day. I ain't know none of that. I did not know. If you're in Arizona, I know a few people live there. I thought the shit was just hot. It was just like a hot spring. My bad.
Beautiful out there, man. Truly beautiful out there. Promise you. Change your life.
Now, with being in the AAF, man, I was a fan of it, man. I really wanted to succeed real quickly. Why do you feel like it fell apart?
Somebody lied and said they had more money on the table than mine. I'm serious.
Dude that came in. Dude came in.
I can't remember their names, but like we had all these people lined up. Yeah. And they were like, all right, baby, we're going to pay y'all this amount of money for this. And we went to go collect. It was empty. They was like, roll it up, put it away. I remember that day. It was on a Tuesday. They called us in. They was like, yeah, everybody come in. I'm like, oh, damn. I'm already knowing something crazy from that. They was like, yep. They shut us down.
Charlie Ebersol, you ain't shit for how you did them boys in the AAF, man. Had Luis Perez and Trent Richardson made a comeback and actually got his hairline back. But anyway, the devil is a lie.
It was fun league, though.
Good.
It was fun.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. The Seattle Sea Dragons, man.
See, that's how I got there, because all the coaches from the AAF went to the XFL at that point. And when I was with the AAF team, crazy. I went from playing so actually I played both positions. I didn't leave the field. It was crazy. I was like 6th string Mike, 22, like my real I think that was my real first shot at like having to beat somebody out for a job. Like Titans, Bears, it was a different scenario. That's a big crow.
That shit is flying by, y'all. There's a crow's nest right up there. Y'all just don't understand. We got to deal with these damn crows.
Man.
But yeah.
But no, yeah, so I was like fifth, sixth string. Yeah. And I think I just knew I was like, I was like, I'm gonna be here, he gonna be here, he gonna be there, he gonna be here at Will probably. And so we were at Mike, and then we had some guys get hurt, guys get sick. Actually, my roommate got sick. It was crazy. I'm like, I gotta go. He had like mama. I was like, I gotta go.
No.
But I ended up having a chance to get around like the second, first string reps, right, for guys. And so I was doing well, very well. And then, but I saw that like when these guys come back, it's gonna be a deficit. I can see how coach like them. But then I saw that it was a opening kind of for me at Will. Like Will that we had, Steve Johnson, he my guy too. He taught me a lot of football too. He was the Will at the time. I knew I could learn under him, really, truly. And so I just asked coach, I'm like, hey coach, you think I can play Will? He was like, think about it. Next day, Will.
Spoke into existence and had to ask.
Yep. And then by the third game of that season, Steve ended up getting hurt. He hurt his leg. And then I didn't even know because it happened on the same play that I was in on punt. They were like, Morgan, get your ass out there. I was like, oh shit, helmet in. Helmet in my hand. I run out there and 12 tackles, second half, ball, and coach like blew his mind. And then it was just me going from Mike to Will the whole season. And then that's when I kind of started to develop like me playing Will.
Right.
You know I played Will when I first got here?
I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I did not.
All these stats, you didn't know that?
No, I have all the stats, and I just didn't know that one thing.
I'm just proud of that because I played Mike my entire career, really.
Right.
And then
that's why I know you asked. That's why I know you asked.
Yeah. But I started here at Will. Like
really?
Yeah. Same thing with Seattle too. They had me at Mike, and then it was like go to Will, and I just kind of rotated in between.
See, I'm pissed off. I'm still pissed off I didn't get a chance to see you play with the Dragons because the game that I was going to go to.
I got some film there too, man.
Send that to me, man. I want to see that. Because I was supposed to go to the game when I think y'all were playing the Guardians, and that week, it was my birthday weekend, and it said, going to lockdown.
Yep, I remember that.
Fuck. But yeah.
I remember that one. That was like, oh my God. But it was like, so it started, COVID, I think it started in Seattle. I'm pretty sure that it did. Like, I'm like,
why you gonna put that on us though? Why?
On y'all. I'm just saying it because I know you're from there. But I was like, because I remember it was crazy. They said that somebody, one of the concession stand. So we had played just the we're playing Tampa. And just beat Tampa, close game. It was packed. Like it was packed. It was nice.
Right.
And so they. One of the concession stands, one of the people who work here, they called COVID. So then they were like, so in my head, I'm like, oh, they done passed out about 50, 60 hot dogs. So I was like, oh man, I knew it was gonna be bad.
We're done.
And then like by the next day, everybody's kind of panicking everywhere. And then the next day, the Army came in there. And the next day, they was like, all right, it's all up, pack it up, you gotta go. And then someone else came in and was like, you should stay because like you want to, make it worse.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do I do? It was crazy times, man.
We stayed downtown?
Yeah, right downtown. We were in, I think maybe the Fairmont. I can't remember.
Oh, you was in a nice shit, man.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice hotel.
They ain't have you over there on Kessler. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad.
So then now you time with Edmonton, man. This past season you had 107 tackles, 1 interception, and 4 sacks, man. Out of everything that happened this past season, man, it was a tough start in the beginning, but by the end of the season, you guys clicked. And now you're about to transition to a new season, the 2024 season. What's it going to take for you guys to take the next step and be in this wild, wild west?
Shoot, man. I think these rookies is going to have to grow up. It's like the transition phase for a lot of guys, especially on the back end. Like, we had a lot of new guys come in, and I think that they're going to graduate just fine. Like, got a lot of faith in the boys. So it's just this one where, like you said, like it's a rough start. The growth aspect, though, like truly is what we do it for. I know, especially just being a pro athlete. I always look to grow. I always look to grow my own game. That's why I see other people I get out of hope.
Right.
And I think them boys gonna definitely pull it all together.
I really liked how you guys came together in the season. And now you guys got more pieces on the way, man. I know you guys lost Jake. AC hasn't re-signed, but you're still, to me, the staple, the main person on the defense, man. Would you be willing to go down on the field and show us a few things about how you get out and show us some of your not all the songs, but just a little bit, little something, man.
Let's do it, man.
All right, let's go, y'all.
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
The man's in the house.
So crazy.
The man's in the house.
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
The man's in the house.
So crazy.
The man's in the house.